Thank you.
Okay. Now to the senior who says thanks, but no thanks. Congressman James Martin heads up a group called 60plus.org and says, with all due respect to the fine Congressman, this isn't a handout, it's all but a bribe. So James, what do you think of this?
Well, Neil, it is a bribe. In fact, it's a bribe Chicago style, as one of my senior citizens put it. Quite frankly, they're treating us like children. And I've got to reply to the congressman when he says there's $4.2 trillion in the trust fund. I got news for you, Congressman. There's a bunch of IOUs there. Oh, sure, I know what you'll say. Oh, we'll just borrow some more money. We've borrowed to the hilt. We're bankrupt, and seniors are paying the price. You know, a $250 check, that's not going to make up for this COLA, this cost of living adjustment that they're not going to get. But clearly, the additional costs from these huge cuts to Medicare, that's what's going to hurt seniors.
Now, we should explain to you this trust fund. You often hear a lot of talk about it, and you know this inside and out, Jim, but it's akin to the proverbial lockbox. There is no separate fund, though. It's really just a pool of dough that is tapped for a variety of needs, much like if you earmark money for family emergencies, for a furnace that blows, whatever, and instead you're using it for your kids' tuition, whatever. It is not being spent on its desired purpose. But leaving that aside,
well, as a matter of fact,
what
Neil,
happens? What do you do?
Well, what I like to point out, though, again, referring to the Social Security Trust Fund, there's been a raid on that lockbox that you just mentioned for years and years and years. In fact, to answer the congressman, a senator from Pennsylvania, the late Senator John Heinz, Republican, and a Democrat, Fritz Hollings, Senator Hollings, from South Carolina, both called what the Congress now does with that trust fund, they call that embezzlement. They said if a private company did it, they'd get locked up. But the Congress takes that money, those trillions of dollars he just referred to, they spend it on everything except what it's for. Senior citizens know that. They're not fooled by this one bit.
But you know, senior citizens, and you're a pretty financially astute young man. So, Jim, you would know that $250 to a lot of folks is a lot of money. And while some might be cynical about it, they could certainly use the money. So do they forget that, take the cash, and run?
Well, I've got to be honest with you. I talked to as many seniors. I've been into 20-some states over the last couple of weeks on a bus. We call it the Spending Revolt bus, because the public is revolting about over this out-of-control spending that's going on. I've been talking to senior citizens in 22 or 23 states over the last couple of weeks. Senior citizens are angry, they're upset, they're irate, they're going to be, quite frankly, I say there's a tsunami headed toward Congress. It's a senior citizen tsunami, and unless it subsides, a lot of folks are going to be looking for a new line of work come November the 2nd. And quite frankly, they attribute it to the out-of-control spending. And who's going to pay that? Our children and our grandchildren. I have 7 children and 15 grandchildren.
Wow.
It's up on top of us now.
Are you wealthy yourself, Jim? Because maybe the kids should stick close by you.
No, I'm not, but if I were, I'd make sure the death tax, it's going to spring back to life at 55% come January 1.
January 1.
And we say that, even on that, Neil, we say that what a ludicrous idea. Taxing assets after they've already been taxed 4 or 5 times. And I'm telling you right now, who's the first claimant in line? It's Uncle Sam. He's not even a blood relative. We think that that's morally wrong, if nothing else.
Jim Martin, great seeing you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.